Hi guys, Jana Martins here, and as usual I've been productive on my holidays. As a photographer, you have definitely noticed that one of the most common questions people ask you, what should I do with my hands? And in today's video I'm going to give you 7 tips for posing hands the most flattering way in the portrait shots. Tip number 1. Don't show the back of your hand. Remember the basic posing rule that everything that further from a camera will appear smaller and everything that closer to a camera will appear bigger in the photos. So your little finger should be the closest thing to the camera. Have a look at my palm. Yes, in the photo, the space that my palm takes almost the same that my face takes. So in the portrait it can be quite distracting if the hand will take too much attention. So try to keep your hands side on as much as you can. It's not here, it's here. It's not here, it's here. Think about little finger closer to the camera. And tip number 2, equally bend all the fingers. It sounds easy, but for some mysterious reason it's hard to explain. We all have heard the term soft hands in photography. But every time someone points a camera at us, we suddenly forget it. So to achieve soft hands, we need slightly and equally bend all the fingers. You don't want them that straight. And the idea is to keep the distance between each finger kind of similar. Yes? So the hands look awkward in the photo, then the fingers all over the place. Especially then one finger sticking out. So it's about here, yes? Can be a bit more, can be about a bit less, but equal. Just nice, soft, and relax. And just watch these fingers. Tip number 3, slightly bend the wrist. The key word is slightly. I usually suggest to bend the wrist at 30-45 degree angle. You don't want it that straight because it might look stiff in the photo, and you don't want bend it all the way to 90 degree unless you're doing some dramatic fashion shoot, yes. But I'm talking about natural, nice natural portraits today. And the dramatically bent wrist might look too posed or even distorted in the photo. So just a slight bend, same as the fingers. Tip number 4, don't push the hands against the face. Even when you rest your fingers on the face, it might look like you're pushing in the photo. Yes, in general in the photo, when you're touching the skin might look distorted, or you might create unnecessary shadows. So think about it as you're touching only facial hair. That's where the term sliding comes from. Yes, it's about hardly touching and sliding, but definitely not resting or pushing. Tip number 5, play with the hair. Same sliding principle works with the hair, but there are 2 things that you need to be mindful about. One thing, make sure you don't lose your fingers in your hair. In certain shots it will look like you have cropped fingers. And second thing, remember the number 1 principle that we need to put the little finger towards the camera. So then you're sliding, make sure you turn your wrist, yes, side on. I even like to separate one part of my hair, so in this case I make sure that I don't lose my fingers and I can control which way is my little finger facing. Tip number 6, use accessories. Don't know what to do with your hands? Play with hats, sunglasses, necklaces, earrings, whatever you have. Accessories are the best props for your portrait. The only thing you need to remember about all the tips I told you before, then you're touching your accessories. And sometimes it might feel unnatural, you know, holding necklace like this, for example. But as long as it looks good in the photo. And tip number 7, holding a jacket. I specifically included this tip in this video because I've seen this mistake so many times and it's so easy to fix. So the jacket is a great prop that gives various extra positions for the hands, and the most common one is holding the collar. And his mistakes come, what we do then we hold the collar, this, and what we see, back of the hand and knuckles. And everything we need to do to fix it is twist the wrist. Again, what I'm doing, showing the little finger to the camera. Wrist side on, slightly bent. I usually prefer wrist on a slightly different level as well. Works great side on as well. I'm sure now you have a great starting point for incorporating hands in your portraiture. Like and share this video, comment below if you have any questions. And just to remind you, I run photo confidence workshops for the people in front of the camera and posing people photography workshops for people behind the camera. And if you want more details, just visit my website janamartins.com. See you next time.